stuck at home all day, and the schools have all said, stay away. Here's something to celebrate. It's time for a 10-minute Tuesday.
Hey, Nevelin Knights. This is Mr. LaRock, third grade teacher. I'm reading a book today that I loved this series of books when I was a kid. Actually, I have over 50 books of the Berenstain Bears in my classroom. And when I was a kid, these are the books that I loved reading. I read them with my mom. I read them with my brother and sister. So enjoy. I picked Too Much TV. It was a fine spring day in bear country. The bluebirds were singing, the trout were leaping, and except for one small cloud of the dust billowing behind the school bus as it came over the hill, the air was sparkling clean. Mama Bear was inside the bear family's treehouse, fixing brother and sister bear's after-school snack. Brother and sister bear got off the school bus and came into the kitchen with hardly a hello. Then they did what they did every day. They took their milk and cookies into the living room and they switched on the TV. There's no question about it, thought Mama. Those cubs are watching too much TV. Later, when Papa Bear came in his shop and joined brother and sister, Mama became even more convinced. There's absolutely no question about it. The whole bear family is watching too much TV. She wasn't quite sure how it had happened. Maybe it began when the old fuzzy pictured black and white set broke down and they got a new colored set. Or maybe it started when Papa put the big antenna up on top of the treehouse and brought in pictures from all over bear country. But however it had happened, one thing was sure. The bear family was spending more and more time watching television and less time with all the other things they might be doing instead. It's one good thing that the author says right there is, if it's nice out, kids, go out and play. The bear family had always had lively conversations around the dinner table, but not lately. Lately, they just sat around and chewed. The cubs had all kinds of fun playing outdoors, but not anymore. They were too busy watching the Nutty Bear and the Bear Stooges. That's funny. The Three Stooges was one of my dad's favorite shows as a kid. So that evening after dinner, when brother and sister scampered in to turn on the TV, Mama stopped them and said her piece. We've been watching all together too much TV around here. But Mama, said brother, Nutty Bear is coming on and we'll miss it. And the Bear Stooges, added sister. Well, you'll just have to miss them, said Mama firmly. And furthermore, she added, you may as well get used to the idea because there's not going to be any television around here for a whole week. No TV for a week, said the shocked cubs. But Mama! How many times have you guys said that to your parents? Never mind the buts, said Papa. Your mother is absolutely right. There's a lot more to life than TV. Like homework, for instance, and fresh air, and sunshine, and exercise. No TV for a week is an excellent idea. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a sports show I want to watch. Just a moment, Papa, said Mama. No TV for a week means you too. What? Said Papa. You can't be serious. But Mama was very serious. What about the news? Protested Papa. I won't know what's going on in the world if I don't watch the TV news. Here, try this, said Mama. It's called the newspaper. And the weather, continued Papa? How will we know what the weather will be? Try this, said Mama. It's called putting your hand out to the window and see if it's raining. What are we supposed to do? Just sit around and talk? Asked Brother. That'll be fine for starters, said Mama, settling comfortably into her rocker. I really like how Mama Bear is making them find their own choices to do. But it had been so long since the Bear family sat around and talked that they had sort of forgotten how. It really didn't matter because pretty soon Papa fell asleep and snored so loudly that they wouldn't have heard each other anyway. So after school the next day, the Cubs looked longingly at the TV, but Mama shooed them out to play. Brother's bike had a tire that needed pumping up, and Sister's trike needed a little oil. And while it seemed strange not watching television, it was fun riding bikes and trikes again. Sort of. That evening, the Cubs worked on their homework, but it wasn't easy with the blank TV just sitting there staring. Then Sister noticed an ad in Papa's newspaper, an ad for a TV special. Oh, Mama, she said, look, a special. No TV for a week means no TV for a week, answered Mama. And besides, Mother Nature has a bigger special waiting for us. We're going to sit outside and watch the stars come out. Watch the stars come out? Complained Sister. I don't know if I can stand the excitement, said Brother, sarcastically. But as they sat out under the great sky, a spell came over the bears. It was all so big and beautiful. The bears stared at the sky. So far, not a single star. Look, cried Brother, something flying. Bats, said Papa. Out there for breakfast of insects. Breakfast? asked Brother. That's right, answered Papa. Bats sleep during the day, so this is their breakfast time. I see a star, cried Sister. She found the first tiny star right up there. Soon there were others, and after a while the whole sky was full of stars. And it was very special, more special than anything they'd ever seen on TV. It was a sharper picture too, and much, much, much bigger screen. Oh, look at all those stars. The Bear family did all sorts of interesting things over the next few days. So interesting that they hardly thought about TV. They went on a nature walk and watched tadpoles hatched out their hatch of eggs. They watched an orb spider spin a magnificent web. They went shopping at the Bear Country Mall. Sister used some of her savings to buy a knitting spool and some yarn. Brother bought a cube puzzle. They did have to keep an eye on Papa, though. I wonder what he's going to go. Maybe watch a TV? Ah, there he is. When they were at the mall, the Cubs caught Papa in the TV store, sneaking a look at a game show. Another time, he went downstairs in the middle of the night for a peek at a late movie. But Mama and the Cubs stopped him just in time. The next evening, it was the last day of their no TV week. The Bear family was having a lively conversation at the dinner table. They all agreed that the TV had been a success. That the week had been a success. But Brother had a question. Mama, he asked, what is it you don't like about TV? What do you have against it? Goodness, said Mama, I don't have anything against TV. I like it. What I am against is the TV habit. Bad habit. Sitting in front of it day after day like old stumps waiting for dry rot to set in. Well, said Brother, tomorrow I'm going to get a whole bunch of snacks and watch TV all day. Me too, said Sister. And me too, said Papa. But the only one who did watch it all day was Papa. Brother got interested in his cube puzzle and finally solved it. Sister started knitting a rug on her knitting spool. And finally, even Papa had enough and decided to bait his hook for a couple of those leaping trout. What a great story, Knights. One thing I'd like to tell you is I totally agree with Mama Bear. TV is an awesome thing, especially these days. But one thing I will tell you is don't watch too much TV, especially when we're home now, okay? I want you to enjoy spring break and whatever. We miss you here. Have a good one.